Good evening, everybody. I'll switch my cameras around here for a minute. Hello. Come on, cameras, switch around. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. All right. Now I gotta go back from big screen. How is everybody doing tonight? My tablet doesn't always like me to. Let's see if I can go back that way. There we go, maybe. There. Hello, Francie. Hello, Kelly. Now I can see you guys. Well, I couldn't see the chat because it was zoomed in on my screen, so all I could see was me. So, hello, Melissa. I'm gonna go ahead and switch my cameras around quick here. I'm gonna turn myself off tonight, actually. So, hello, Michelle. Hello, Karen. Hello, Linda. Mom, I should say. Waiting for the wind to take your roof, Francie. Oh, that was us yesterday. It was very windy and rainy, and at one point, Tom was in the garage. He couldn't see across the street. So, hi, Kate from Florida. So, I am going to go ahead and show some of the cards I made. This is one I shared yesterday. That was us yesterday, Francie. We had up to 75 mile an hour. It was kind of crazy. Hello, Tia. Hi, Walter. I shared this one yesterday in the fan club group. I used a bunch of stamp sets to kind of create like a create your own adventure type card. Hi, Amalia. I used the create your own ending stamp and then the magical dragons. Then I went in, hello Penny, grabbed the Oz stamp, the Once Upon a Time. I went through Safari. I grabbed, an alien set, the robot set, and then this is an older set that came back from the vault, just to kind of give you the idea that you can go to anywhere you want where you're reading in a story. And then I used the marshmallow puff to kind of give you like the clouds. So let's see, did I miss anybody? Hello, Ellen. I have this card, which I think I might have shared this one to you guys already. If I did last week, I apologize. If I didn't, I did. But I used the snow globe set, and I just did. This is all ink blending, except for the panel paper, and then this is the embossing powder of the month. So I thought this was just kind of a fun card to do, but it's all ink blended with Simon Hurley inks. What is Marshmallow Puff? It is an embossing powder, and Amalia, it is the very first embossing powder ever. It's the very first product I ever bought from Christopher. So it's just an embossing powder. And then if you look carefully, I'll see if I can get it kind of close. It kind of puffs. Do you see if you see the texture there? You know how most the dragon itself has the icicle, so it's so smooth, but it's kind of got like the little bit of a puff. It's kind of hard to see it on camera, I think, there, but you can kind of see it there. So I used that, and then I have a couple other cards here quick, and then we'll get started. I have a mini slim card here that I used the washi tape on, and I just did the different spines, the sensational spines. I cut it down, and then I used some of the crosshatch with the embossing ink, or the Gilded embossing powder, and then the create your own ending, and then I just put it on craft. I thought this was kind of a fun, just different way to show off the sensational spines. Thank you. And then lastly, I shared this with the design team earlier today. This card kind of came through just by accident. The tag, the butterfly, this piece of pattern paper, these two pieces of pattern paper were just sitting on my desk. So I quickly just grabbed one of I think I used the Adventure Awaits and just ink blend it because there is black here. Threw in one of my butterflies that I used from the SVG file, and I grabbed the Midnight cardstock for the doily and that, and I just added, thank you, Francie. I just added a little bit just to kind of miss, and every friendship has a story. I just kind of, and I used the butterfly to kind of cover up the hole. So I thought it was just kind of fun to throw some things together, and I just used the pattern paper as my inspiration. So I have a couple of ideas tonight, and we will see where they go. I have a few things pulled out. Oh, that is not perfect blend, so let's throw that away. I'm gonna grab some perfect blend paper. I never do this because I love to hoard it for coloring, my alcohol marker coloring, but they make more, right? Francie, I don't have a Cricut, so I can't tell you that. I have a scan and cut. So, I've been on the fence. If I had more room, I probably would maybe get a Joy, but I have a scan and cut. So, you know what, Melissa, the funny thing is that we might use tonight, when I was looking for my sponge daubers, I found these two gnomes that I created last year that I never used on a project, and they're all ready to go. So we might use these guys tonight, but we'll see. I love the open book part of the stencil too. I think that's really fun, and it just gives you lots of ideas of what you can use. So the windows were blown open. The wind was blowing so hard, everything in the craft room started. Yeah, that is, yeah, thank you. They were really cute. I love that gnome set. And I just saw those. So we might see depending on our time. So what I think we're going to do today is I have two ideas, and we're going to start with the ink blending because I want them to dry a little bit. I grabbed the Storybook Forest. I am horrible about using these because they're so pretty. I just want to leave them and do nothing to them and look at them. So I grabbed a few out. We're going to make a couple of cards tonight, maybe a couple fast cards. I grabbed 3 different ones. We'll see which ones we end up using. I'm leaning towards these two. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of those away. Maybe this one. But I'm leaning towards these two. And then I went through and I have not used Distress Oxides in forever. So hopefully there's not dried out. I went through and kind of grabbed some colors that I can, kind of coordinate with these guys. And we're going to do a very, if you're not a coloring person, I thought this would be a fun way to do some coloring with some stamps. So I'm not exactly sure. I think I'm going to start. I don't think I want to use the bundled sage. I think I want to go very bright and use this Tristan Citron. But we'll see. So we're just going to do the far right is your favorite. Okay, I didn't have that. Okay, now Melissa, I put them back out. The tree. I love the tree too, and we might use him, but I have the idea I have might work better with one of these two. So we'll see. So I just grabbed, I like the round daubers for when I'm going to do full ink blending, just because I find I get better coverage and I get less. Which one then? The one with the the butterflies, Melissa? Or the one with the butterflies? I love that one too. You got a Cricut years ago and started making. Yeah, and I am not. I had a Cricut a long time ago. I had the original Cricut, like the little tiny one, and I moved it and it broke. I don't know what happened. It stopped working. I mean, it would work, but it wouldn't cut. So I went and I finally got the one that was pink. So I don't remember I don't know what name brand that was, which one that was and all of that. But I had gotten that one and I just didn't use it for a long time. And then this one is Cracked Pistachio. Well, we might blend these two together and make the color I want. So I had gotten that, and at first, when they first started doing it, I wasn't super, I'm going to be honest, happy that you had to keep upgrading. And that was before they had Design Space. So I kind of just had stopped where I was at. I used my cartridges when I needed to and things like that. I have 2 friends who have Cricuts, very good friends that have Cricuts. So if I really need to do something, I could go there. And then I just got out of not using them for a while, and I got my scan and cut, so I wouldn't have to necessarily, use dyes. I still buy dyes, but I just, I like my scan and cut as well. So I gave my friend my Cricut because she had the same one and hers died and she uses it more. So I thought it was worth it for me to lend it to her. She's 5 minutes away. And then I went to a garage sale and I got I got the little one, the original Cricut back, the 6-inch one. because I have some cartridges I was going to use, but um, I know you can do lots of things with it. I just don't have room for it. So that's since I have a scan and cut. So yes, yep, Melissa, my scan and cut can do the same thing. Yep. It has a different program. I think the program is a little, I'm not an expert on the program. I think the Design Space program is probably easier to use, and there's a lot more people who can help with that. I just don't use it enough. I have a couple YouTubes I watch when I want to learn to use it, but or when I need to do something I don't know how to do. But like I said, I've leaned about getting a Joy. I just for the size, because I don't do big things, but I just haven't pulled that. So I know I could do the whole thing. I should probably just do this whole thing. Yeah, that's, yep, Francie, if you didn't want to do big designs, you could just do the Joy. That would be a smaller one, and it does card panels, things like that. But I just, like I said, I haven't gone down that road, just because if I really, like I said, needed to cut something that way, I could go to my two friends who have one. They actually have a craft room they kind of share, so it would work for me that way. So like I said, don't know a lot about them. All right, so that was Cracked Pistachio and Twisted Citron. This to me screams dinosaur. So that's why I wanted to use those colors. So we're going to use this with the dinosaur. I'm going to go ahead and put these aside for now and grab some Squeaky Clean. You're fine, Christy. We're just getting started. I just did some ink blending on a panel, and now we're going to do another ink blending. And this is where I'm kind of on the fence about what color I want to use. Do I want to use pink or do I want to use orange? And I think I kind of want to do a little bit of ink blending on both. So I have Kitsch Flamingo, which I think is what I'm going to use. And I'm going to use Spiced Marmalade. So, hi, Tina. How are you? I just see you sneaking in here. You have the Fruit Loop Squeaky Clean. I don't have that one. And to be honest with you, I don't remember. I think this one might be an old one, might be Peeps. I know the label says candy cane or candy corn. This is not. I kept the bottle, and the bottle I had a little bit left in it. So I just put it in this small bottle. I think it's the Peeps. It's an older one. I found it cleaning my craft room, and I'm trying to use my ones that are almost gone up. Cinnamon hearts are my favorite. Francie, that's all I ever used to use is oxides. But I have fallen in love with the Simon Hurley inks. I really love them. And to be honest with you, the reason I don't use my oxide as much is because they're over on the other side of the room, and my Simon Hurleys are right there in front of me. I don't really have a good ink holder for them right now. So I need to get one. I've been thinking about getting one. I need to measure to see if I can get one that fits my cubby that's right there. I don't know if it will, because it's not a Califax size, but I haven't measured it enough to see. So I'm kind of just doing a little bit here and there. I think, Francie, what it is that since they're both oxide reacts, it's nice. They're water reactive. I can use them both, but I do love them both. So I was going to tell you guys, if you are interested, so on the Brutus Monroe YouTube channel, I have been organizing all of our live videos into playlists and giving them, at least the most recent ones, thumbnails. So you will see that the fulfillment team now has a couple different thumbnails on top. What's the difference between oxide and regular inks? This one they're more opaque. I always figure, I think that's the right word. Penny nodded me. Is that right? Opaque for the oxides? I can't remember. Or is it translucent? They blend really, and they're creamy. I guess creamy is always the word that I always use. No, Francie, I just when I got to go in and put in, I just was thinking that sometimes you know, it's nice to see those. So Christopher has his own cover, YouTube cover. And last night I used one for the theater release. And then if you go and you'll look at, you know, they're going to change kind of as the season. Yeah. Thank you. They're opaque. They sit on top. Okay. And then they also, hold on a second. There goes my message, my thing. Hi, Susan. I'm good. Hot day in Texas. Sorry, my chat popped up here for a minute. And then dye inks. Not all dye inks are water reactive. I'm not a super techie person on them. I just know that these are more of a creamy texture and things like that. Yep, it's okay, Penny. You're good. I knew it was coming. How about I tell you that? I knew it was coming. So I've got a couple of these colored. I want to leave these aside for a little bit because I don't want to heat and dry them a little bit. I'm going to let them just kind of, actually we're going to spritz them with just a teeny bit of water. And you'll see the reactiveness, like the oxides. And the oxides they're more creamy, and the distressed inks are brighter or more vibrant, I guess would be a better. Yeah. Chalky. Yep, that's what I said, like creamy, chalky. I haven't used them in I can't even tell you the last time I pulled them out. So we're just going to give these a little bit of texture. And let them kind of meld here. And then I'm going to put these aside to dry a little bit. I'm going to put them in my window. Well, so Christy, my goal has been the last few, you know, I try to do it as weekly. Like when I go in and put in mine will always have my photo of my card, is that if we use the release, I try to put it on that release. If I know we're doing some ink blending or we're doing some foiling, I'm trying to add it to those and to specific things like foil reactive powder or oxides or chroma mist. So that way there's a little bit of one, but I also spent a little bit of time and I went back to all the way through. I don't know if all of mine are. I think mine are, but all of the live videos from Christopher from last night through when he did my card, he brutified my card with the solarium, have all the links down in the description for the products used. So that way if the chat doesn't come up or anything like that. They do have a lot of different techniques. So sometimes I try to just use those main ones. It kind of just depends. But I've been trying to do some of the more, you know, when we're using a specific technique a lot. So that way, if somebody really wanted to know how something was used, it will be in there. So my second idea tonight, while that is drying, is completely different. I'm going to grab this. This came in the box. It's Dragon. Penny, you might have to remind me what it's called. But I thought it would be fun to play with a little bit of embossed technique, embossed resist. Chrissy, it's you know, it's nice because sometimes when the live chats, you know, some of the flying dragon, is that what it's called? I don't remember. I don't have my sheet handy. I'm just using anti-static powder tool on some Aqua pigment paper. If somebody asks how things get used, a lot of times Penny and I are really searching for certain videos like the foil reactive powder, things like that. So I was trying to put some of those together as they're being used more frequently or right now and going backwards so that we can find them a little easier, or we can say, hey, go check out the playlist. So, so that was kind of my goal. So I do them when I have some extra time. So, and then I've created kind of a cheat sheet for me with some basic information that we use. It was a flying dragon. I thought for some reason, I don't remember what it was called. I'm just grabbing some Post-it note sticky notes because I do not want to do the book. We're just going to heat emboss with our Enchanted Dragon and some embossing ink, which I have here. And where's my embossing ink? Here it is. So when I use embossing ink, I use the flat one. I don't use the rounded one because the rounded one I feel can get caught. I also just dab and twist. I don't rub. So when I do it, I kind of push it in and twist. And that way it won't get caught and it won't move the stencil so much. When you have and I did not use pixie spray with this one because there's only a few little lines here and there. I don't think I need it to put that in there. I want to be like, you use a pouncer. I have a couple. I haven't really used them yet. I just have found that this is something I just always use, and I already had this dedicated. It sits on my desk all the time. I just keep it in a little tray. Like here's my Raven. I have one for my alabaster, and it just sits in here all the time. So I just have my Raven one off because I'm using that tonight. So we've got that. He might not have exactly distinct lines because I pushed down real hard, but I think that's. You think you need a video where someone holds up a product and tells what to use for like a video dictionary. So like this is embossing powder. I'm just asking Tina, is that what you mean? I mean, are you looking for specifics on certain things? I'm like it's like an introduction type playlist. Is that what you're thinking of about? Just asking so I can kind of like understand and make sure I can maybe work on something like that. It does get pretty even coverage. I think I have one pouncer. I've used it briefly, but I haven't used him enough to be too noticeable. All right, I've got a that I know yet. So I have, like I said, I have just gifted a few and I just haven't used them enough to really say. I think partly because I just have this one sitting here. So I'm going to go ahead and pour just a little bit more on here. Okay, an intro. That is something we can think about. It's something that as I'm in my craft room on the weekends, I can maybe think about if I'm doing a video. I've been trying to figure out my phone hasn't been liking me to do videos lately, like actually like videotape them so that I can like upload a video. I actually did my unboxing video twice for this box of the month and it still, I think, doesn't like me too good. All right, now I'm missing a heat tool. I unplugged it and I haven't used it. Well, Tina, I will definitely see what I think. I can maybe do a brief one with just a few products here and there and add them in slowly. I will definitely look into that for you. How does that sound? I'm usually in my craft room on Saturdays. So this is the Enchanted Dragon embossing powder. And I'm just kind of tilting it back and forth. I love that it has the little green and gold flecks. All right. So now that this guy is dry, we're going to do a little bit with him before we move back on. You know, because I didn't get, I went a little heavy-handedly with his, if you look at him close, he's kind of a cross. He could be. What we're doing is a challenge card. And the challenge this month is to make a fantasy card, which would be using something from our imagination. We have mermaid stamps in our stash, dragons, gnomes, the fairy tale release, the storytell release, all those things, the aliens, the robots. So I thought this would be kind of fun how to do that. And so I thought we'd try to do it a couple different ways tonight. So what my thoughts are is we're going to just do some fun smushing with this. And I grabbed a few inks to kind of make a rainbowy color. And then we'll see where we go from there. I'm just going to wet this down. I like to wet my paper. I like to wet both sides because I find it sits flat. And we're going to just start dropping some colors in. I grabbed red, I grabbed yellow, I grabbed Galileo and Cosmo. We've got some Chroma Mist here. But I thought this would be just kind of a fun version of Resist. We're going to go ahead and throw some pearl in here. Francie, you're saying yay because you like the ink smushing? Is that what you're yaying? So sometimes I like to spray my inks or my aqua pigments when I'm going to smush too. I'm just going to kind of do the whole thing because it's going to resist, and then we'll add the other colors in too, and then we'll get need some more red. I am going to quick grab a baby wipe or two, because these are the red will be unforgiving. And of course, I am wearing a white shirt today, and I'm using red. I should probably have put on an apron. Oh well. I am a big fan of smushing, and I haven't done it in a while, so I thought this would be something kind of fun, and then we can let it sit to dry while we finish our other ones. Yes, Galileo, Galileo. So we're gonna add a little bit more yellow, or a little bit more yellow, just because I want some yellow so that we get a little bit of orange. I'm not really going to dry that in between. I just want it to be, you know, that it's true. We could just leave it like this, but I think I want to add some other colors. You're right. It does look like that. And sometimes you can spray it and it will move it around a little bit more. So we're going to throw in some Galileo next. Simple Blend Dragon. Thank you. Thank you. I could not remember for the life of me. I should have looked it up before I came down or went live tonight, but I was busy kind of pulling some things together. It's been a kind of crazy week here. I just released glitter into the air of my craft room. Halloween night in Boston Go shared its glitter. Oh, the Masked Singer tonight is Queen. I knew it was coming up. I just didn't know when it was. I haven't watched it in a while. All right, now we're going to throw in some Cosmo. Well, Glitter in the Air is one of my favorite songs, Ellen. It's by Pink. Throw in some Cosmo here. And then we're just going to kind of let it sit to dry. And I am going to dot just a little bit off on the dragon so it doesn't really sit. It should not sit in there, but we've got a little bit of a white spot right behind him, his bum there. So we're going to try to get some color in there. See what's going on. I'm just kind of tilting it. And we might have to help it along here a little bit. There we go. Not so much white space. Hi, Christopher.
Hi, everyone. I'm just down here in the corner, sneaking in.
That's okay.
Hi, everyone. Real quick, two things while we're smushing and moving things around. Number one, you might lose me here because it is storming like crazy in Pittsburgh right now. But I wanted to hop on to go over just two things real quick. Number one, I have a free gift offer tonight for Candy's Live, and I'm not sure if she's even going to use this product tonight. I'm not even sure if she has this product. But if you place any order from now until 11:59 p.m., you will receive a free white Aqua Splash.
I do have that.
Yes, so you will receive that completely free. If you place an order tonight, it's just for this live. So tonight, you will get that completely free. It's any shippable order. Obviously, it has to be shippable. It can't be just, you can't order something digital and get that. And then secondly, and you'll have to excuse my hair, I was outside in the rain. And secondly, we launched a soft launch tonight. I will talk more about them tomorrow. We received hundreds of emails and text messages and pigeons and every way that you guys could reach out to us asking us about the return address stamps. So because of receiving so many messages about that, I have made the executive decision to make them available to all of you. So We have a very limited supply. We're hoping to get more of them in, but if you all collected those address stamps, the return address stamps, when we did the promo for the eggs a month ago, you can now complete your collection. So if you go in, Penny already linked it down below there. If you click on that link, you will be able to go to all of them. And I'm sure that most of you have your little cheat sheet that you were able to download, and that little cheat sheet will give you the ability to see which ones you already have and which ones that you don't have. Yes, that was sent out to pretty much everyone that is a part of the YouTube slash, if you watch these videos, you should have received an email about that being available now. So if there's any that you still need, or any that you are collecting, or any that you were like, oh my goodness, I really wish that I would have gotten this one in my egg, you are now able to go and grab any of those ones that you did not get. So yeah, so that's it. So I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit and watch you create while I still can, because it is storming here. I mean, it is really, really storming here.
If you're having the storms we had, I'm sure.
Yes, it's really storming.
So what I'm going to do is I ink blended this, and we're going to just stamp. That way we don't have to color our dragon. And what I think we're going to do is we're going to combine the fairy set, which is back in stock. The Fairy Fantasy is back in stock along with the matching die. And this dragon is screaming to me that he is sitting onto this little flower down here. So I thought, instead of coloring him, because not everyone likes to color, we would ink blend and then heat emboss him, and he would be colored. And then we'll use our flower on this one. And I thought that would be a fun way. And then we'll put those on our little storybook panels. But of course, since I ink blended my panel, I want to save as much of that as I can. So, and we'll throw some Aqua Splash in on that, the white Aqua Splash. We just got to let it dry a little bit.
Yeah, because it will react if you don't wait for it to dry.
Yeah. I don't know if you were in when I talked about the Gilded is what I was looking for. The YouTube videos that I said I started going backwards when I've had time and adding links to the descriptions all the way back through when you brutified the card that you made of mine. Those are all updated with links.
Oh, good. Awesome.
Because on the Brutus Monroe channel. Because sometimes the chat won't come up. Like the chat won't come up on my tablet. So that way, so they should all be in there. And then like any of the basics that we always use should always be in there too. So I'm just kind of going backwards that way.
Perfect. Yeah, it makes it much, much easier. And what I can also do is I can go back to what I used to do. It's just hard because I don't always know what I'm going to do before I do it. But I can go back and create collections for those, because that made it much, much easier.
I made a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And I put like all the basics that we always use on there for you guys.
Perfect.
Melissa, it will still react somewhat, but with the aqua pigments, it will go into that. It will go in and dry. So that's why I said I wanted to let that dry before I threw that in there. So is there an ETA on this when the stick and stamp mat's coming back in? I knew that was April.
Yes, it should be by the end of this month.
Okay.
End of this month, early next month, because since it's the 10-year anniversary edition, I didn't want to order the original ones, because these ones we order about 10,000 of them at a time, and the 10,000 of them should last us hopefully to the end of the year. And it would be silly for me to order a small amount of the special 10-year anniversary one. So that the 10-year anniversary one will just be the one that we put back in stock.
Well, everyone's going to want it because they're going to keep it as their, I had this one.
The 10-year anniversary one is really, really cool. It has the really cool 10 on it, and then has all of our most popular stamp designs kind of surrounding it. So I think it's going to be really cool. Yep.
Thanks, Penny. Yeah, no, I have a spreadsheet. You should see some of my spreadsheets, Penny. I have one. I don't know if you can hear me over this, but I have one for all of the releases for 2023 with all the BRU numbers, all the 2024 ones now, because it's easier for me than going to the website and looking up. Sorry, I'm just heat embossing this off camera because it was really
That's
loud.
okay. Your heat tool's actually very quiet.
Oh, is it? Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's funny because I had the exact same one. I think this is a Marby Uchida, and it
Hmm.
died on me. And I was like, I don't know what to do because the closest store is over an hour away. And I think I had a project due. And just so happened my boss's daughter was having a garage sale for a lady she was helping, and they had the exact same one. And I called her. I said, "Do you still have that? I want it. I'm coming to get it." She's like, "Okay." I said, "I don't care
Oh,
if the garage sale's done."
Michelle, I should hopefully know that answer next week if I'll be at Create.
Oh, okay. Yep. Sorry, I did not see that.
No, I'm not crafting, Amy. I'm off tonight. I am off tonight. I am letting Candy have the spotlight. I'm just sitting in my office and getting ready actually to build some Legos here in a little bit.
That did you see the one I sent one that I saw there? Would they have one for the?
Yeah, it's not a real Lego set though, so it's like when they're
Oh,
not real, it's tough because I've ordered not real Lego sets before, not knowing that they weren't real Lego sets, and it's sometimes like the pieces don't fit together right, but
okay.
the Nightmare Before Christmas set just got the green light, and it should be coming out in October. So I am
Oh,
very
that'll be
excited about
fun.
that. Yeah, I just finished the Hocus Pocus house last week.
Amalia, my Marvia Cheetah one was my mom's that I stole from her. Which, mom, I know you're here and you know that I stole half of your craft supplies before you moved. Um,
That is
mostly because
true,
she hadn't
Luann.
used it.
That
Huh?
is true. Luann said,
Well,
Christopher Allen, you are always working, you're never off. I
oh,
mean, I don't feel like I'm ever really working because I love my job. So it's not. Yeah, the Hocus Pocus house is huge. I mean, it's sitting over there. It was a massive, massive build.
that's the one I thought. I didn't know if you, because I knew there was one. I didn't know if that's the one I thought I might have shared the
No, the
other
one
day.
you
Because,
found is her house.
oh, yeah,
it's not the witch's
Danny's
house.
house.
Not
Was it
Danny.
Danny's house,
What's
maybe?
the girl that his love interest name?
Yeah, the little girl, Danny.
No, that's
Yeah,
his
okay.
sister. Who's the girl that he yeah, I can grab it. Give me
Oh, no,
one.
yeah, no, I know that. The girl, yeah. That's how, where the Halloween party is, where they're bobbing for apples and
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
that stuff. I have
Allison.
a soft spot on my die cutting machine, you guys. It's not liking me tonight.
Allison is her name.
That's right. They haven't. Well, I should know. I watch it every year, but it's just been a while since I've watched it. Of
I
course
love it.
he
It's
is.
probably
T. Mom, what did you steal from me? Something that doesn't work anymore, Mom. It's actually kind of funny. My mom knows this story, but when I helped them move, about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago this fall, I was moving all her scrapbook stuff. It was one of the last things that were packed up in the one spot. And I found this paper, this colored paper that is one of my favorite papers. It's an old paper. It's not available anymore. And she had a whole pile of it. And my fifth grade teacher was looking at me as I walked to my truck, and I said, "Yes, I'm stealing this from my mother." I just walked away. And he
all right,
laughed.
here it
I was like,
is.
"That's awesome. That is really big."
Oh, it's enormous. And there is the front of it, and then it has the wheel, and when you turn the wheel, and try not to drop it, the when you turn the wheel, it the smoke goes up and down,
Oh,
and
fun.
then you can actually open the back of it. Again, it's very difficult to handle the way that it's put together, but you can open the back of it, and when you open up the back, you can see inside, and it's really cool because it has the doing this one-handed. I thought trying to craft and talk at the same time was hard. You can see inside there's a cauldron, and it actually lights up, and there's the book. I don't know if you can see it. The book is in the back under under like glass, and there
Here, let
right
me switch
here is
the camera quick so they can see it better.
Okay.
because I'm going to turn me off for a minute there. I think my tablet's going to work with me tonight.
There we go. So you can see, I don't know if you can see the book that's inside of there. This lights up, and the witches' beds are up here and all of their brooms. And then also, yes, this is Lego. And then on this side, the roof opens up so that you can see the little skeletons that are hanging. I don't know if you can see in here. I don't want to tip it over. Their beds are over there, and then they're like the vacuum cleaner and the broomstick and everything is inside of there. But this is the biggest that I've built so far, but I do have quite a few more that I've gotten that are just about this size. But I'm reorganizing my quote unquote Lego room, which is this room now. But I may switch over what used to be the old office. Well, Allison just fell off. I may switch over that room into the Lego room, because that right now is just the Devil's Tricycle room. And so that's Allison right there, and she flew right off of the front of here. But there's the witches came with it too, but I just haven't added them to it yet because I'm working on getting shelving to put all the bigger sets on, because I have like all the way across the top of the room, and unfortunately you guys can't see it. There's Lego shelving all throughout here. But yeah, yep. That's it, and I'm gonna go put it back before I break it. So now it's back to you.
Okay.
Back to you, Bob.
I see if I know how to do this. I don't know if I know how to do it. Switch it. There we go. Well, of course, I think I shut you off, Christopher. Didn't mean to if we did. So I stamped out the dragon in Gilded, and I die cut him out while he was doing all of that. It was it called the Lego Witch's House? Janie, that was the Hocus Pocus house, I believe.
Yes. Yep.
You would legitimately cry. Yeah, Amy, I probably would too, and it's not even mine. Hi, Heather.
Oops, I just made myself big again. How do I go away? There we go.
Oh, there you go. I got the Fairy Fantasy stamp set out, and I grabbed the flower, which you can see is very well loved by me. And then I'm trying to use up stamps that I haven't used before. So I grabbed this. We're going to stamp those guys out at the same time and cover them with, I think, I just re-inked this, so it should be good, but I can't tell on this light.
I did these the other night too. I don't know if I think everybody can see those in the frame. One of the flower bouquets.
I'm waiting for it to catch up because I don't see it. We're going to use the gold again, the Gilded again, because then it all ties together. Here.
That's been my new thing. I've been when I come up at night when I'm not at work. I mean, I'm still technically always working, but I'm doing Legos whenever I'm not. And then I did this New York postcard the other night. I just have so much fun with Legos. It's because it's my hobby. I mean, my hobby used to be crafting, and then that became my job. So I had to figure out what my hobby was going to be. And they have this postcard series, and I did this one the other night.
Those are beautiful. Just going to heat them off these quick. Kind of pull it away a little bit. All right. Have you made a sunflower yet? Kelly asked.
Have I made a sunflower or these sunflowers?
It just says the sunflowers.
These sunflowers? The answer is yes. Yes. I have a couple more sets of them that I have to do because they're like they only come 2 in a box and they're really inexpensive, so you can do like a whole bouquet. I have the second set of Lego flowers downstairs. I put them on the mantle in the living room. But both of those didn't they both didn't fit. Well, I guess they both could have fit on the mantle, but I like to have some up here that I can see while I'm working.
Okay. I haven't seen them come back on my screen yet. I think my video's been a little slow, so with my Wi-Fi and stuff. So I just heat embossed the flower and that daisy, and now you didn't have to color them.
That's fantastic.
You know,
Does
if
that
you're
have
not
a
a
dye?
colorist.
I can't remember. Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does. And they're in stock. I think they just came back in. I checked before we went live to make sure that they were both in stock. The bundle was there, and then the stamp itself alone. So we're going to cut those out quick, and then we will kind of put their card together. Card or cards together here. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to play with tonight because there's still a few things I hadn't played with yet. Look at that. Just they cut just so nice. Like butter. Throw that in my little tray here. And oh, you're getting a Lego store. It's funny. I did Legos with my brother growing up a little bit, but nothing. There were never really any kits. Just just the regular building kind of thing. And my son wasn't really into Legos so much as he was into Imaginext.
I love
And
Connects.
Imaginext. Oh, yes. Well, Imaginext wasn't, it was kind of like a play set. It was like Playmobil and Legos in one. So the pieces would all come apart and they all had kind of the little bumps that Legos would have, but you could build them. And when he played with them, they were really cool because all the people were like Lego size and, and stuff. And they would do like what you did. The mountain, you push the button and it would, the volcano would explode and this and that. Just as he outgrew them, they changed everything and they made them big and kind of like the Fisher Price, things like that. But he had all of the sets because he just played with them all the time. I always had to put them together for him because they were a little more difficult, but he played with them all the time. So I think we're going to put this guy away. We're going to use these two. So I thought what I would do is we've got these two little paths on this that can just, got our flower and we've got our little dragon and he's kind of looking up at his buddies that are flying around. And then we just need a couple of sentiments. So something kind of simple to use the storybook panels because like I said, I hoard them. I don't use them, which I should. And I think I'm going to trim them down and mat them just a little bit on some cardstock. So I've been trying to be very good about using my stash and not hoarding my stash. Just because we can't keep it forever, right? We can try. All right, so I cut those down to 5 1/4 by 4, just because I want a little bit. And then you remember those cardboard blocks that were like bricks? Yes, I remember those too, Heather. We're gonna grab Poison Apple because that looks a lot like our color blends. Let's see, I think I have a couple pieces already cut to card. Nope, I don't. Card panel. So I cut my card. I keep my cardstock in these job ticket holders like Jennifer McGuire does. And then I keep all my sample pieces right inside. I cut the label off and I put those in so then I know where they are. I know what it is. If anyone's ever looking for a good way to store your cardstock. Oh, that was not cut right. Okay, well, we can fix that. And then we need something else. What color did we use? Maybe lemonade. No. Where is it? Yes, pink lemonade. You're using your stash this year, Amy. Good for you. That's what I said. I've been trying to do more about doing that and throwing things away if I'm not, like, well, this is something I would always throw away, but don't keep little pieces. Throw them away. Use them.
Oh, lots of people are getting their free gift.
Awesome. Yeah, we're gonna splatter this stuff too yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on our panels. I'll put these on card bases afterwards. They're on the other side of the room. They're just gonna be on the card bases. You'll have to sign up for our notification. They are out of stock right now. I did see that earlier. So I grabbed the pink to go with our little fairy. His breathing his gold flower, or she, or and then we will use our dragon with the green. Demonstrate a wedding card at some point using Brutus Monroe products. Absolutely, Amy. I don't make a lot of them, but I will make one. I will, I will, let me make myself a note. I will see if I can make a video for you this weekend.
I can do one too
one
day, because I love our special day stamp. That's a really good one. With the dress.
Well, yeah, I didn't know if that one was still
I think we just got it back in stock.
Okay, I know where mine is. I will grab it.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite. And then there's the tuxedo version, but I can't remember what the name of that one is.
I love that stamp. It's in one of these bins here, yes. Oh, no, I was thinking something else. The Forever and Ever one.
Yeah, that one is not in stock right now.
I don't know if I have the special day one.
It's the one that looks like
that one.
It's the dress that's on the hanger. It's really, really pretty.
Oh, yes.
It's a 3x4.
That one I don't have yet. Yes, I know which one you're talking about. I've wanted it ever since I saw Chris Dayton paint it. Yeah. I just have never. I keep forgetting to put that one in
I think I want to use that one, and I want to use the new gems with it.
Oh, yes.
Kind of sprinkle them at the bottom.
I'll put that in my cart
like those real pretty prom dresses. You know what I'm talking about, that have just the gems at the bottom?
Yes. My daughter, her prom, her senior year, she was a little different beat.
And I love her for
anyway,
it. Love her.
She did not tell anyone. Well, she wouldn't tell anyone who was wearing what her dress looked like or what color. The only person who knew what color it was her prom date's mom. God. So that she could get flowers. And she showed up to prom, and they all thought she'd wear a tie-dye dress. And we had bought it out of town, and it was registered, so nobody else could buy it. I knew no one else could buy it. Anyway, the drama teacher came in, and he's like, and he called her a not so nice word, because he couldn't believe the dress she was wearing. You'll
have to find a picture of it.
And it was floor length, white, completely covered in crystals.
You'll have to find a picture.
And it's heavy, like heavy. She still has it because she's a ballroom dance teacher in Florida, and so she wore it. Oh yeah, it was just, and the reason she got it was because I bought she tried it on. I have a picture of her, and she's looking at herself in the mirror like, mm-hmm. And I'm like,
I love those background panels. I keep forgetting how beautiful they are.
I do too, and I never use them because they're like, I don't want them to go away. So I thought something simple so they still shine, but yet we gotta use them.
Artwork.
So we're just doing. Sure. Yes. All right. Oh, we're getting close to time. I hope you guys don't mind if I go over a little bit.
It's my fault. You can blame me.
It's okay. My honey's sleeping. He don't care. Well, this weekend we went a little crazy at our house. We have a TV in our garage because we spend a lot of time out there in the summer. Well, last winter we brought it inside to the house, and so it wouldn't get cold because it's not a heated garage. And we fell in love with it being in the kitchen. Well, we were trying to decide if we wanted to keep it and buy a new one. Well, we decided we were going to. So we moved the TV out on Monday. And while we were in the middle of moving it out, we decided to go all out, and we moved our entire couch out there. And then we moved our 2 pieces of furniture from the garage in here. So our whole house got all rearranged at 8:00 on Monday night. So we're kind of tired because it's been kind of a crazy.
Next, you'll be getting a split for your garage so it can be heated.
Well, yeah, and we actually have a heat. We bought a heater, and now we just found out the we're gonna get a screen so that we can put in the door, and it went down $20 today on Amazon. So guess what I'm
That's
ordering
awesome.
tomorrow? So the lace swoosh on the wings, the lace would be a great wedding card. Yes, it would. Oh, I was gonna write that note to myself here, wedding card. Because if I stick it on my desktop, I will remember. You like the complementary aspect of the detailed panel and simple elements. I do too. That's some of the fun with this, and it's just, you know, you can just add a little bit. I mean, there's not much else to this. You don't really need anything else. I thought what I would do was grab the sentiment from, you got the You Are Magical, but I really liked this Have a Magical Day stamp from the fairy stamp set. So we're just going to quick stamp that out and die cut that out. And of course I didn't finish my other card that I have over here. It's drying, and we got a splatter on it too, because I do want to add some splatter because I think that always adds some fun.
Yeah, plus they can get it free tonight.
Yes. Well, it's a fun thing because if you got to let yourself go, you got to learn to let yourself go. And I don't always, that's why I don't always watercolor, because you can't control the splatter so much. You can, but you can't. The Tux 3x4 stamp and Special Day stamps are in stock. So there you go. Yes. Thanks, Penny. I totally forgot. I'm gonna put those in my cart. There was something else today that I totally forgot about, and I'm like, oh, add that to cart. So I saw it, and when I was floating around looking for
Yes,
something
if
else,
you are international, you
I
will
have
get
to
it
do that.
free as well. It doesn't
Oh,
matter.
there you go.
And it doesn't. It only has to. You only have to spend $5 or more for it to be free. It goes right into your order.
What do you mean, T? What is free? Oh, if any shippable order you place tonight, you can get this Aqua, the white Aqua splash, added to your order for free. And I'm going to splatter my cards here in just a few minutes. We'll do that in the Gilded just because we're using the Gilded embossing powder. I should have probably done this twice. Let me grab the other one, guys, so we can do this twice. We need pink. That's why I keep my scraps. You'll be right back, T. Okay. Well, if you haven't gotten the Raven or the Gilded or the Sterling, put those in with it too, because those are all awesome ones to add to all of your splatters. When I splatter, I tend to add all of them. Actually, I think the last time I used them all to splatter, I used every single one to splatter. Just because that was fun. What am I looking for here? Well, I can't believe it was 80 some degrees, and now we're gonna this weekend be 31 for the low. I'm not looking forward to that. I thought I was over that. They said morel mushrooms are out and about, and we want to go hunting for them. But now we're gonna have to wait till next week. It's gonna be too cold. But I just saw. I know you guys had a lot of flooding in Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania, and they just said over, was it in Abu Dhabi or somewhere like that, they got 5 inches of rain in 24 hours, and they normally get 4 inches of rain during the year. And so the airport was completely flooded out over there, and I thought that was. We saw pictures of that. Oh, that was crazy. You had snow today.
Our lower level of Brutus Monroe is finally getting a French drain all the way down the end to the end. It's going to take probably about a week
you do
for
not.
it to all get done.
Well, I don't know, Francie. No, T, it should automatically add to cart with any shippable order. Okay, so I've got the Have Your Magical Day. We got a quick die cut those out. And we were almost finished. I can't find my, there they are, my little die cutting things here. And I'm super excited for the birthday box to be shipped in I'm gonna have to, this weekend I plan on start digging out some of my kids' plays and musicals so I can start scrapbooking them.
Oh yeah,
And
they started shipping today actually.
awesome. Well, and they were in show choir too, so the microphone is gonna be really fun for that, for the show choir photos. Because at one time they were both, well, she was in the front row more than he was because she was a better dancer.
Enchanted Stencil.
But my son has great facial
Let me
expressions.
look.
Like I just both of them were such, I miss seeing them in plays. They were so good. Yes, Francie, that's exactly. I cannot wait to do that, to get a hold of that myself and start putting those, you know, I mean, I'll have more scrapbooking projects probably than I have card making projects to start because I'm super excited about that. Oh, Mikkel, this is something, this is from, I won this. It is from Heffy Doodle, which is in the UK.
We're going to be carrying them.
Awesome. So it's just a little, and then it has the little things. Leslie is a really good friend of mine. And so I know that since you are over in Europe, you should be able to get it through from her. I don't know if they're in stock right now, but I would sign up for a notification if she has it, because I think when she does get them in, they go. Otherwise, I don't know where the machines are in stock. I just did my my plates because I have had them for about 3 years. Amalia, I don't know how much it was. I won mine.
They're $49.99.
$49.99. There you go. I like the fact that it blows up. Now it doesn't stick to the table like, you know, like the other ones do, but it does fold up and it's very lightweight and it's a little bit wider, which is what I like about it. So,
Yeah.
okay, so we're gonna do some quick splash. Let me grab my splash box.
She actually
here.
sent me the most wonderful
everything.
package a couple of weeks ago. She
What
just
did you
sent me
say?
the
I'm
most
sorry.
wonderful package a couple of weeks ago.
I miss her. I haven't talked to her in a long time because she was sick and she was hurt for a while. So I should message her. She hurt herself and was down. And like I said, she's the reason I met you because we decided came to Junkie Fest to meet her. So, all right. So I've got my little splat box here, which is fun fact for those of you who don't know. This is from my very first Create Your Own Ending virtual event. I still have it from 2020. It's very well loved. So I'm just going to grab the Aqua Splash and I like to tap it. I don't care the size of the drops. I like the randomness of it. And I like to just splatter. If I'm going to splatter, I'm going to splatter. What was her name again? Leslie Ullman is her name. The company is called Heffy Doodle. Here, Heffy, Heffy. Since I know, Mikkel, you're over in Europe, that's probably a place for you to be able to get it. I don't know who else might carry it over there besides her, but that way you're not paying shipping to the States and then shipping back to you. She's in Ireland now. All right, I'm going to grab my Gilded and my Sterling, which I did not shake up ahead of time. So it will take me a second because they've been sitting. Janie B, you're welcome. That was something was a surprise for me tonight. You're getting motion sickness. Well, Francie, I can poke you in the eye too. I can get some gems out and poke you. The mini cutters are convenient, Francie. The funny thing is that when I go crafting, I bring both. When I travel, even though I know when my friends and I travel, we all have a die cutting machine. And the one place we go, the lady hosts retreats and she is a demonstrator for a home-based business. So she's got like 15 machines, but I still bring my Platinum 6 with me, but I always bring my mini die cutter, which is the one I end up using all the time. Of course, Francie. So guess what, Francie? I don't know if you know this. You can meet me this year in person. if you come over and say hi to me in July, I'll be in person at Create Your Own Ending this year, guys. So I'm excited. My boss was gone, and I said, hey, when he got back from vacation, I said, by the way, I'm going to be gone. He's like, okay. He's pretty good about that stuff, though. Yeah, you have to come over and meet me. Okay, good. I didn't know for sure if you knew. Haven't really said anything yet.
We're gonna have a lot of
Just
fun.
because it will be fun. It's always fun. Okay, now I'm gonna say I did get one big glob I don't like. I'm gonna go ahead and dab that off, and it's still there, but it's because I didn't want it to be super vibrant on her face and the flower there. So there we go. We've got those. I'm gonna finish this one later because it's not quite dry. And add probably a flower. I might cut one of our daisies down or something like this, but I wanted to show that while we were waiting for these other ones to dry. So last but not least, I think we got to add some crystals. And I just put them in their own little home on my desk. And here's the emerald green. I don't know which ones I'm just going to grab. We're going to randomly grab. We'll use the crystals and the emerald green tonight. Jeannie, I love the dragon too. That is with the embossing powder of the month. But he's not quite dry, so I'm going to let him dry a little bit longer, and then we'll finish this up. So I got to poke Francie here. So we're just going to add some gems for some fun. Sparkle, because these are not gems, the crystals. They're beautiful. You guys, if you have not gotten them yet, make sure you get some. I'm just going to add a few here and there. I don't have any way of doing them. I just randomly add. You just had your first card making class today. It went well, and your students, that's awesome. It's fun. It can be nerve-wracking the first few times, but then it's fun. And I was a teacher for like 20 years and still teaching classes. Even the first live I ever did was very nerve-wracking. And I think it was when everyone was home, and I did an ink blending one. But it's just, then you kind of get used to it. Oh, I threw a couple of these. Okay, I don't know which. I threw a couple of both of them down on my desk, so now I've got them all. Francie, are you ducking? All right. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thanks for sticking with me through this a little bit longer. Kate, have you missed teaching classes or just me teaching in general? I kind of miss teaching, but I miss teaching in the sense that the last
Wait a
few
second.
years I taught
What
mostly
the
elementary
heck
as a
is that
teacher.
thing? This
Oh.
is the first time. What in the Harry Potter spell book is going
This
on
is my
here?
pokey tool.
First of all, that is not that is how you teach someone the world map. That is not a pokey tool. What is that pokey tool is 43 feet long.
Okay, so Mindy, my friend Mindy, I think you met her. You met her, Stamp Joy.
Yes,
She
yes.
gave it to us. It's for diamond dots.
That is hilarious.
And I didn't realize it, but the first time I used it, Francie said I was poking her in the eye. It's a 3D thing, so every time I use it, I have to. I
Oh,
believe I believe it's I don't know where
can it
I
be
think it's wax,
sharpened?
and I think it's pencil sharpener.
I'm gonna have to
And
figure out where that came from.
I can get it. I can tell you, it's a lady on Instagram who has them, and they're
I'll
not.
have to see if we can sell them because
Yeah.
that is
Okay.
some.
I'll message Mindy tonight and see if she can remind me. She bought them all for us and gave them to us about a year ago, and it's just the one that I use, and it's just I think it's fun. And so like I said, I always use it each week because like I said, it looks like you're getting poked in their eye, and it's not as
Oh,
bad.
it's something. It's serious. Like I don't know. Like I was looking down at my phone and I was checking emails and I looked up and I was not prepared for what I was. What I was. I mean, it's wild. I mean, I love that it's rainbow, and I mean, I love that you can sharpen it too. Like that's incredible.
Yeah. And I haven't yet. And I just wipe it if I get a little glue on it. What's it called?
That's great.
Amalia, I'll double check. Like I said, I've my friend gave them to me, and she told me, but it's been over a year. She gave them to us last year.
Heather just sent me the info, so we should be able to
Okay.
get.
Okay, good. Because I said I know it was on Instagram. And 9 inches.
That is that. I mean, I literally looked up and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah. Yep. So like I said, it was diamond dots. This is the one little lady was selling them, and she saw them and decided we all had to have one when we get together. About once a year. It seems like we all give each other something, and it's always something kind of fun. And this was the thing last year, and it's the one I use the most. I have all the others. I have the Gina, I have the Taylor. I use their pokey side, but I use that for this one. So, all right, you guys, I think that is going to do it tonight. And the camera adds 14. Yes, it does. So we've got these two, which I have to put on my card bases yet. Using some ink blending, and you would probably poke yourself in the eye. T, it's not, I mean, I don't get that close to it, of my face, but it's fun. It is, I don't know. I like it. It sticks out. I mean, it's in my bin. Look at, it's the tallest thing in my bin. But we've got two little cards here using the Storybook panels, and then using a fairy and a dragon. Remember, the challenge in the fan club group is to make a fantasy card. So using some sort of fantasy item, whether that is a fairy or a dragon or an alien or a mermaid. And thank you, Francie. T, are you talking about me not being that old yet? No, I wouldn't say I'm old yet. I'm older, but I'm not old yet. Maybe the tallest thing in your kitchen. And then we also created a panel that isn't quite finished yet with the embossing powder of the month and the Simple Blend Dragon and some ink smushing. So I will finish this one up probably tonight, and I will get pictures of it tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Have a great night, and I will
Bye,
see you
everyone.
next week. Good night. Bye.